Guys, welcome back to A Step Above. In today's video, this is a special video. We are going to do a collaboration with shoe shine extraordinaire Jasondornstar at here, Homer Reed, downtown Denver, Colorado. We're also going to meet with Bill, who is the owner of Homer Reed. We're going to talk about some men's clothing, men's sartorial, and everything in between. So if there's a video you're interested in, stay tuned.
Get a better understanding that, okay, what is full canvas? What is half canvas? What type of wool are you looking for? So specific things to give myself the information to make a good decision, let alone, rather than a poor decision on getting something that is cheap but it's low quality. And I'm under the impression you want to get the best you can afford. So once I was looking on eBay, and I came across a Hickey Freeman sport coat, and I bought it. I knew my measurements, it aligned up with my measurements. And I was looking at the suit, it had a tear in the lining. And I looked inside, and the sport coat was a full canvas sport coat. It was a vintage model. And I was like, wow.
The full canvas sport coat, like just the material it's made of, like
so
liner and
the canvas on the inside, a half canvas will stop about your rib cage. A full lining or full canvas comes all the way down to the bottom. Okay. And what the canvas does, it offers a little more structure, where that is going to form to your chest, so the suit becomes more of your suit.
Right.
So it gives it more structure to your body. And it's just another indicator of a higher quality suit.
Okay.
So I started doing more research on that brand, Hickey Freeman, it was Ask Andy, like a style forum. And once I did that, got the information I needed to about it, and I started looking up different types, seeing some of the suits, seeing that a lot of the buttonholes on the suits were hand-stitched buttonholes, and between a hand-stitch, if you ever seen a suit or sport coat that doesn't have a hand stitch or machine sewn buttonhole, it's irregular. So the back of the suit or the back of the buttonhole look a lot different. There's an elevated surface on the buttonhole, meaning a slight wire was put around and sewn in to give it that elevated look. Absolutely. Then something that's not a high quality machine stitch, to where it's just, they just cut it, they sew it, and there's no type of structure around the button. So once I got familiar with that,
you know your stuff, man.
Oh yeah, I super enjoy learning about it. Once I started understanding Hickey Freeman a little bit, I started looking at different models that they have. Okay, which ones are full canvas compared to which ones are half canvas. Hickey Freeman did a lot of suits with a lot of higher end fabric makers. So I started looking for those, and I was telling Bill earlier that I found a 3-row 2 forest green 100% cashmere sport coat by Laura Piana Cashmere.
Where's that based out of? Paris or something?
Italy? Laura Piana. So a sport, and it's a custom sport coat. Not custom for me, for another individual. They took my measurements, I got some slight alterations done. A sport coat like that, Laura Piana Cashmere, you're looking at, you're gonna pay over $3.
That's a good find. How much did you pay in alterations?
I paid $40 for a sport coat.
So people like watching your content, your channel, and on Instagram and on YouTube, what can they expect to find and learn?
So, coming to my channel, you'll learn more about vintage menswear and how you don't have to, if you don't have the pocket for it, pay an absorbent amount of money to look good. As long as you know what you're looking for. If you know specific brands, if you know the fabric, if you, the main one, if you know your measurements, you can find good quality suiting for a cheap price. And not just cheap, but just affordable. Because I have suits. One of the videos that I did, this was an individual got a custom suit done. It was a Hickey Freeman suit done, but they got it from Omaree. The suit is Laura Piana Super 120s. It's brown, but it has a faint stripe, okay? Full cast construction, hand-sewn buttonholes. The suit was made for an individual back in 1995.
Okay.
If you saw it today, you would not have known that suit was done in 1995.
It's so classic.
It's so classic, but again, the quality and the craftsmanship of that suit, where it's high quality, so it's going to stand the test of time.
It's like a good pair of loafers, or a good kind of Oxford, or like Allen Edmonds Park Avenue or something that's just timeless.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. So I'm getting some alterations done to that suit, and I'm looking forward to wearing it just because it exudes elegance.
Yeah.
I say for me, when I wear a suit, I exude confidence. People don't normally see, unless it's maybe someone's dad or grandfather, like, oh, my dad or grandfather dressed like that.
They don't see the lineage of it.
They don't see, even when I go out sometimes, and I go to bars just downtown, and I come in with a suit, people automatically look, they're going to ask questions.
Yeah, like what do you do?
Exactly.
Yeah.
What do you do? Where are you from? Why do you got a suit on?
Right, yeah. It's like you in town from somewhere. Why are you so dressed up? Yeah.
Because it's something that, it's somewhat of a foreign concept for a man to wear a suit, let's just say on a Saturday. Just walking around down here, it's like, okay, are you going somewhere? Or you got something that you're going to, because a suit embodies, for me, business. That it's very important. Exactly. That purpose, importance. You have something going on.
Again, especially nowadays, I mean, I was just kind of thinking about this. I'm actually looking for another job just to kind of, because it's crazy times and business is slow. But I'm going to continue to be really shiny. So, but I'm looking, and I went for an interview yesterday, and I dressed up, not to outdress the people that were there, the CEOs and stuff, but dressed to impress. And I think, wearing a mask nowadays, like, people can't really read your energy, your facial expressions, so like it's even more important to dress up and to be respectful towards who you're hanging out with. And yeah, I mean, you gotta impress the people that you're trying to impress, and having a mask on, you can't really exude the same presence. So dressing up is definitely a way to kind of set yourself a little bit ahead,
I wholeheartedly agree with that. It's just something different, and for me, when I'm dressed like this, it just shows my confidence, and
you feel better, feel more confident. Yeah. I used to work at a call center, and I'd be, one of the best dressed in the call center. People like, what job are you applying for today? You got an interview today here or something? And I think it would come through in the tone, and like even standing when you're talking on the phone is a different energy than, when you're sitting down all casual and slouched. So the tone, depending on how you dress, how you feel, it all comes through. I think there's no better time than now to have a strong presence.
So tell me,
watching your technique, you use towels, fast motion.
Yeah.
What is the reason you don't, I wouldn't call it the traditional way, but with the brush, horsehair brush, hitting it, because there's definitely a distinct shine with how you do that.
Yeah, the creams are really the biggest thing, you know, working the cream in this area here, the vamp, where the shoe bends and all those, it just gets that more of the wear concentrated in that area. And by brushing it, and versus using a chamois cloth, I think the brush can really kind of work in certain areas that, you know, I can't really work the chamois. So I'll kind of use the brushes in like certain areas, like kind of here, you know, kind of brushing out those areas that are just a little tougher to chamois. And then using the chamois just to kind of buff out any light kind of almost like brush marks. I think the brush will get it shiny, but using a cloth or a nylon, or you know, some guys will wrap a cotton t-shirt around their fingers and do that and work great. You're able to kind of get a little more glissaged finish to the waxes than using a brush.
Absolutely. So let's just say I drop something, it shatters it, because it's like glass, it shatters it.
Yeah.
How do you restore that? Are you one to completely strip off everything, or what is your technique for that?
Definitely strip it all the way down. Yeah, I think it's just easier to start from scratch. So sometimes, you know, like every maybe like third or fourth shine, I'll just strip them down to just basically the raw, you know, leather, where it's still got the color from the, you know, the tannery and from the dye job, so you're not stripping the color all the way up. And using a product like you know, Rhinomat. Some guys will use a hair dryer and just kind of melt the wax off. So just kind of do that. But any excessive heat to leather is just like our skin. You know, when our skin gets exposed to, you know, extreme heat or extreme cold, it dries out, it cracks. And that's kind of the last thing that I want to happen to shooters. So I typically just use like products like the Rhinomat to kind of strip it down and then, you know, start from scratch, saddle soak it, get the cream on there, kind of get a base layer, get that real rich, kind of healthy leather going on again, to get that color just nice and deep again with some of that pigment cream polishes that I use. But the wax is really, you know, where it's at to get that shine and that protection. But like you said, you know, if you do drop something on it, it typically does kind of show that quality.
I use a lighter, and I think if it's really bad, I'm like, okay, I have to strip off stuff. Then I'll use a lighter. But if I spider it, honestly, I'll use a lighter and just melt those waxes again.
Yeah.
Get some stuff here, go over it, and it looks brand new. And I'm like, well, sometimes I get lazy, so I'm like, oh, do I want to strip it all off and start all over, or can
it's a process.
It absolutely is.
Yeah.
It absolutely is. And I try to, if it has to resort to that, then absolutely. But if not, then I'm like, let me just get that lighter, melt it, get some wax, go over it, and I'm like, oh, get new, let's go.
Yeah, they look good, man. I hope they look a little better than when you came in.
That shine is, you know, having a pair of shoes that look spot on and that light hits them just right. Individuals know that.
Oh yeah, turn heads.
There's a psychology behind it. Shoes, specifically talking about those. When we first meet somebody, of course we look at them in the face, and move down to their shoes and back to the face. Well, the reason people look at the face is they're judging indicators of their health, okay? And for opposite sex, attractiveness, but also more masculine features. Look down to shoes. For some reason, shoes is an indicator of your status, career-wise. Yes, you could say people shouldn't do it, but subconsciously, that's what we do.
For sure.
So,
whether we try to or not.
Exactly. So people look at that and they have this preconceived notion of who you are, what do you do, and where you are in life. Wearing a pair of shoes that are spot on like this, people are going to assume more highly of you. They give you, in sales, they give you a little longer to pitch your speech.
Yeah, give you a little more credibility.
Exactly. So there's definitely not only an art, then there's also psychology between being well dressed. I'm not talking in a suit, I'm just saying well dressed and having clean shoes. It doesn't have to be dress shoes.
It's all about grooming.
There's
personal hygiene.
So much into it. Absolutely.
Sure. Right on,
they look phenomenal.
Well, I appreciate your time and being here.
Absolutely. Why
don't you tell people again where they can find you online?
Oh, so on Instagram, you can follow me at A Step Above 10. And my YouTube channel is A Step Above. That's it. Step Above is not just my Instagram and my YouTube channel. A Step Above is actually my image consultant, Step Above Image Consultant LLC. So it is an umbrella to the business. So it's something I'm passionate about, and I told myself, well, it's instead of just doing a channel and Instagram on it, make this into something.
Yeah. Keep at it, man.
Hey,
It's a pleasure having you here.
Absolutely. It's an absolute pleasure just to be here amongst you guys. Soak up that average.
Yeah.
I like that word now.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Cool.
So thank you so much.
Yeah, make sure
Thank
to
you.
check out his channel, everybody.
Oh yeah, check it out. And give me a like, give me a follow. I appreciate that.
Mr. Evan Moore.
Absolutely.
Thanks,
Absolutely.
man.
Hey, these look great.